This is one of my favorite spots in my yard at this time of year, because look at these little branches. It's almost like little pom-poms on a stick. I just feel like it should be some sort of party trim decor or something for just the most adorable little party ever. But it's just a bush growing in my backyard. This one is called Japanese Kerria Double Rose. And if you don't have one, you should add it to your wish list because it's just magical. It's so pretty in a bouquet for about 2 hours. I don't want you to give false expectations that it will be your new arranging favorite, but it's well worth planting. It is very fun. Oh, and both cats are coming to visit me now, which is very adorable of them. Let me see if I can get this around to show them. There they are, both coming to visit me. Now, I've got some spots here that, you know, could use some love. And, oh, look at this happy cat though. She's just so happy. I know, the world is good. And I'm loving these beautiful little rosette of leaves. This is my Variegated Figwort, which, even when it's not blooming, is amazing. When it's blooming, it brings all these just ridiculously charming painted bees to it. And then over here we have more of this Japanese Kerria Double Rose, which is just whimsical magicness. I mean, how can you get much better than this? And then look at this down here. This is Spotty Dotty. I didn't even make up that name. And I'll put all the official details of it in my comments, but isn't it just a fun little magical plant? So I'm very happy with this springish corner. It's very fun. And then right here we've got this flowering quince, which again, so enjoyable. You just have to love it when your garden has these little treasures for you when you come out. And then there's always areas that I want to reimagine more, which we can show you some of those later. But right now, oh, look at these tulips. I mean, look how fun and just stripy and ridiculously charming they are. So I'm enjoying those as well. And the cats are outside with me here, and that's fun. Now, I purposely have not tackled yet the weeding that I need to tackle over here. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you. There is this terrible weed, but it's also kind of entertaining. If I was a kid and not a gardener, I would just like it. Let's see if it'll do it. Nope, we'll go down to a different section. So this is supposed to be my charming path through my garden. It's not quite so charming right now, as I have not added compost to it or tackled the weeds yet, but nope. Well, this is called Shotweed. And if it was just the teeniest bit drier, you would touch one and then it would shoot out its seeds, which is why it has, I mean, just a very cool name, right? Although very dangerous for quickly spreading around the world. And actually this is an aster. I can't remember the name of it at this second, but gonna dig it up on the list. Although now that I've waited till we've had this really dry week, I'm gonna wait till it rains again. It'll be easier to dig up. But it's just a plant that I'm just not a fan of what it has done. It was just green and then it bloomed at the very, very end of summer. And sometimes there's plants that you just decide you don't have room for anymore. So that happens. Here's my Echium, which a few of you had asked, how is it doing now that it is not winter and icy and cold? And it's doing great. It's really doing beautifully here. All the leaves have really perked back up, and I've got a little more work, got all sorts of tidying, spring tidying to do back here that I've not done yet, but we'll get there. And these, I feel like we're really well on our way to getting them to do an amazing bloom this summer. So I will keep you all posted friends. Just trying to see if there's anything else I should show you really quickly where I've started to clean things up. Now there are a few just wonderful daffodils to enjoy in the world. And I do really like how this rhododendron, it kind of makes its own little arch here. And then of course, when we come to the Echium plants, which I can't get enough of. And this is my apple tree on the other side. So we'll see. This year, I think the Echium should really get even 16 feet high. A few of you asked, this is one of my sleeves that I wear because I had cancer for prevent lymphedema. Nothing too exciting, but I can change my tattoo patterns, which is kind of nice. And I'm not a big fan of needles, so I don't think I'll ever get a full sleeve tattoo, but I can try out all the looks I want without having to commit to the needles. So I'll take that part. I'll take that. Let's see. We could go this way for a minute. All sorts of things here. Starting to fill in and things needing to be weeded. Of course. As happens, we were enjoying sitting outside the other day, which is very nice. And then here we come. I'm just going to take one more moment to enjoy this amazingness. These pom-poms on a stick. I mean, they're just delightful and magical. And I wish they did better as a cut flower because they're just so charming. But at least they haven't so far. I should experiment more. Maybe if I picked some that are really young, that haven't opened all the way, and put them in a cool spot, maybe they would last better. But generally I've picked them and they're dead within a couple hours. Now here is some really great clematis I have that are going to bloom in maybe, there's probably a month ahead to bloom. And so I have two different kinds, and the names are escaping me this moment, which varieties they are, but when they bloom we'll know. Then we can talk about it. And then I also have some yellow bleeding heart that I've grown over the years up this side, which the hummingbird is a huge fan of in summer. So there's many delights to look forward to. Oh, and one of you had asked about this cool plant, so I should show you. This is a little weeping golden larch. And so it's not like the mountain larch exactly, but look how fun it is, the shape. So I'm gonna have to do a little more pruning to figure out how to show all the twisting shape that's under there. Maybe I'll I might cut this one off, or I might cut this one off, maybe that one. Sometimes you have to kind of experiment with what you're gonna prune. I've definitely tried to be, you could say, a little bit aggressive with pruning it the last few years because you want to be able to see the shape still. And if you aren't, you won't be able to. Anyway, but like all of your yards, spring has sprung, things are starting to bloom, and there's lots of work to be done. So I'm gonna get to it. Take care, friends. Talk to you soon.